What is your body fat percentage right now?
If I got a DEXA, it'd probably read it like 4.5 to 5.
Jeez.
Right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What's the average person supposed to be?
Yeah, like 20.
I think the average person is 30 though.
The average person is 100.
100% body fat.
And welcome back to an extremely buff episode of The Careful Boys, where today we have Jared. Wow.
Happy anniversary, Jared!
Explain the anniversary, go ahead.
Well, I was on me and Mike were on the podcast 1 year ago, maybe yesterday, 1 year ago from yesterday, I believe.
Damn.
How do you remember these dates?
It's all up here, man. No, I mean, there's this thing called Google Calendar, and I just...
And you saw it and you checked last year?
Yeah, I did. No, yeah, popped up.
Damn, 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Time flies, huh?
Why does it feel like less than that? You think it's because we're always on Instagram and we're staying updated with you?
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's also because like we never think that we're gonna last another year, and then it just happens.
I think we're all just workhorses, you know? We're always just...
After we leave this room too, it's like it just feels like all like a blur. I kind of forget what we talk about.
Oh man, I said some in the last ones. I was like, damn, I said that.
What'd you say?
All kinds of man. Talking about touching the female guest, like with the thing I just posted yesterday.
Female gas?
I was like, you guys should touch the female guest, like.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, Mike, like talking about putting a nail gun through his dick and stuff. I was like, dude, what are we doing?
I was on the edge of my seat on that story. I remember that one.
This is a place for that, though.
Oh man.
Well, hopefully we're gonna make some more legendary stuff today. But speaking of legendary, you just participated in, what was it, 2 meets?
Oh yeah, I did 2 bodybuilding shows. Yeah.
2 bodybuilding shows.
I'm gonna keep going.
You did 2 of them in the same month?
Yeah, 2 weeks out.
Was it kind of like, well, I'm already going to cut anyway, so I might as well just like get it back to back?
Basically, I was cutting for one, which was the UK one, which was a flop because I got sick like 6 days out. And we were like, let's test a peak 2 weeks out from that one to see how it is, get some data, get some feedback. And I looked fucking awesome at that show.
The second show?
The first show. Which was the RGB in Texas.
No, you got sick at the second.
And then the second one, which was the one I was dieting for to begin with, and I got sick.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all that travel, you're immunocompromised because you're so lean, and then like you eat something that doesn't agree with you.
Oh, no.
So it was like 4 days of diarrhea, then 2 days of constipation. It was just like the fucking reverse. And I was like, how do we fix this?
War of diarrhea.
I thought sick helps you more lean, though, because you vomit and puke every
Definitely dehydrated.
Dehydrate, but then that makes you look flat. Like your muscles lose water as well whenever that happens.
So how long were you prepping, at least before that first one where you looked fucking
18 weeks.
18 weeks?
Yeah. How long did we prep you? It was like 16 to 20.
Well, when I first hit you up, you're like, this is not.
12 weeks.
You're like, this is not long enough. You're like, you're way too fat. I was like, I know, but this is the only time we had.
And you're like, watch me, you won everything.
Yeah, man.
Fucking Bart.
Dude, you had 18 weeks?
Yeah, but and I'm still going, so.
You're gonna do another one soon?
I think so. I'm either gonna do Reno. We're gonna see how we look at the end of this week. So like Sunday, because I have to sign the contract on Monday.
What do you mean, see how we look? Like you just take off your clothes and you see how we look?
I'm gonna see if the water has come off from the travel and getting sick and all the like oxidative stress, which just creates a bunch of water, like inflammation and stuff. And if I look the part, so what I looked like 2 weeks out, or like 10 days out of the UK, if I can get back to that point, I'll do Reno, which is super close to Vegas and everything. So.
Are you doing that to hit any certain milestone, or
trying to qualify for the Olympia? So I was trying to qualify this year, and then it's the 60th anniversary, which would have been dope. But if I do a show now, because we're past the qualification period, I qualify for 25. But that's cool as fuck because it gives me the whole year to improve. And I don't got to worry about dieting. I can just build and focus on work.
Can you explain like the caliber of what the Olympia is?
Is that the top of the top?
Yeah, Mr. Olympia contest is like, what's the biggest dance competition?
ABDC?
hasn't even been invented yet? Hasn't even been invented yet.
Oh, I mean the Olympics where the Australian bitch like dominated.
I guess that's it.
I literally hit him up and I was like, is this really as bad as people are saying? And he was like, yeah, basically. I went and watched some other female Australians break dance. I was like, why the fuck?
You know what's crazy?
Did they pick this white bitch?
It's actually when I got his message, because I already got like 6 or 7 messages from different people.
But they probably knew.
But when he messaged me about Ray Gun, I was like, this shit's far.
It's over. It's
I was like, he'll know if it's like technical at all, so I just sent him a message.
Yeah, Olympia is the Olympics. It's like the highest tier for bodybuilding. It's where Arnold Schwarzenegger made his name.
Yeah. I thought that was his.
He does the Arnold Classic.
He's the Arnold Classic.
It's named after him.
But those are the two biggest shows in bodybuilding. So it's like the Super Bowl and then like the AFC.
Have you done the
Championship.
Mr. Olympia competition before?
I've not qualified yet because I've been a pro for 3 or 4 years, and I've only competed 3 of those years. And I got 5th place in my pro debut, and then just like I went to 7th and 8th places, and then 5th place at RGV, but you have to win a show to qualify. So it's the best of the best.
You have to win a pro show to even qualify for the Olympia.
So you got to beat a bunch of pros that are on your level already just to qualify for the Miss Olympia. And then there's like 50 dudes that qualify for that this year. It'll go down next year because they're moving it back. And then you go against those guys. So everybody there has won a show.
Which category would you be doing?
Classic physique.
Is that C-Bums?
Yes.
So C-Bum is like, he's like the LeBron James right now. He's crushed it many years in a row. And he wins, and he like, his physique is insane. To me, I can't tell the difference between you and him.
Yes.
To you,
Same category.
To you, like, what's the difference? Like, how much better is he than you, or like, what's the difference between yours and his?
Is like more veins?
Nobody's better.
No one's better.
No, but
What do they judge on? Like more muscle fibers, more veins, more.
it's just like your leanness, how dry you come in. So like how we peaked you and stuff. I was like, hey, pull the water at this point, blah blah blah. How big you are, how symmetrical you are, how well your posing is. But basically, the biggest thing is get lean, and from there,
Get
everything
fucking
else
big
matters.
too.
Yeah.
Like for my bodybuilding show, Jared coached me, and it was like by the hour. And it's crazy. He's like, okay, when do you step on stage? Oh, I think they told me at 2 o'clock I gotta go back on stage again. And then he'll be like, all right, eat 2 almonds. And I'm like, all right. Oh, no, eat like 2. I'm like, 3. I ate 3. No, I eat like 2 almonds. And he'll be like, all right, go to the bathroom, take some pictures. And you're like, shit, I said.
It changes by the hour.
When you're that depleted, like how much carbs, whatever, it changes. Yeah.
So that kind of stuff is like, if you're about to go on stage and you're peaking, you try to time it to where you're having like what's called a high glycemic source of carbs. So like we gave you Gatorade, maybe some Sour Patch Kids or something.
I have rice cakes.
Yeah, so those were like a little bit further from stage because they're lower glycemic, so they digest a little slower. And then you want like a pretty big hit of sugar. So that was like the by hour stuff, the day of the show. And then like the peak week itself, you're kind of taking pictures every day, trying to see what they look like, filling them up with carbohydrates, and then taking the water away.
Like the day before, I was taking pictures like morning, lunch, pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then the day of, backstage, because he wasn't with me, I'm taking pictures and sending him over, and he'll be like, eat 2 rice cakes. I'm like, yes! I saw this muffin on the table, can I eat it? He goes like, yeah, go ahead, eat it. I'm like, all right, cool.
You wouldn't get an insulin spike, or that's what you're trying to do.
100%, yep.
Oh, so why do you want an insulin spike?
Well, you're trying to basically eat, so high glycemic carbs create a bigger insulin spike. Yes, that's true. But that's because you're going to fill the muscle. It's intramuscular. You're trying to get it intramuscularly.
Because on stage, you'll look way more full.
So he's going to go on stage. So he's not worried about any sort of like hypoglycemia rebound because you're posing, which is basically training. And when you're doing that, you're not worried about that hypoglycemic response. So we're trying to time that because you can go hypo. If you eat a bunch of sugar and you just sit around for like 3 hours, you notice you get like dizzy and like shaky and sweaty. So you're trying to time it to where he's on stage, so he's utilizing the carbohydrates we just ate, and he's kind of filling out. Yeah.
So it makes your muscles full?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn, I didn't know that.
So how did you fare? How did you place at the non-UK competition, the first one?
5th. So yeah, it was my best look ever. I beat a bunch of guys who've already been to the Olympia, and I got beat by 2 points by a guy who's won the Arnold Classic twice, and he's placed 6th at the Olympia, and he's won like a bunch of pro shows. So it was awesome. I was super happy. I was insanely happy with that. Yeah. Some people think like, oh, 5th place, but I'm like, no, that was fucking awesome.
Because depending on who you beat, right? You're like, dude, I beat these guys.
I beat like 4 dudes who've already been to the Olympia.
Wow. Good shit.
So you know you're like at
exactly.
that.
It like proved to myself that like I'm not just as, because dude, going into that show, I was like, this is it. This is my last fucking season. If I can't do well, I'm just done. I'm an Instagram bodybuilder. I'm okay with it. I'll do this influencer shit. We got a huge YouTube. I'm doing great with RP. Like, fuck this. But it proved to myself, like, I'm at that caliber, and I know I can be on the Olympia stage. So I'm going to keep going.
Wow.
So in bodybuilding, it's kind of like how all these other industries are the same, where you have influencer disruptors or whatever that isn't the traditional, and now you're the Olympia, Arnold Classic, all that is the traditional. Oh, and then now you're breaking through that side and earning the right.
Be like a good bodybuilder.
I see.
Because you got like people who look good on Instagram and shit, and they show up on stage and they never nail it. That was kind of me. They're like, okay, well, he's not really. The look in his pictures leading up to the contest don't translate to stage. Most of it was like me fucking up peaks because I would come in a little too. So like when I was here by myself, which was a year and a half ago, I was 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out of a show or something.
Yeah, you were super hungry.
Yeah, but I was like not in shape enough. To the layman, I was in shape, but then it was like I just wasn't in shape enough.
Layman.
So
You're still way bigger than Anthony, though.
That's why I said layman.
I think he was more shredded than I was.
He's slower than me, that's for sure.
What up, guys? Thank you for watching us for so long. If you like what we do, please support our Patreon. Joe, tell them what we have to offer.
So every week you get 2 videos. One never released director's cut and another one 2 hot for YouTube, Patreon only. Every freaking week you get that, and you get access to our Discord where you can come chat with us.
And ask us questions that become episodes here, because we're gonna answer them and we're gonna take it seriously, and we wanna give you the responses that you want. So come stay connected with us, join our Patreon, click the description below for full details.
That's a funny category. A pageant of people that are just
way
better
bigger
than
than
Anthony. That's it. That's the bar.
Anthony's the-
The Anthony Classic.
Meanwhile, Joe's sitting here like Al Bundy, the prime physique of man.
I like how it all kind of like trickled though. Like all y'all look in shape. Like you took
It's
on
'cause-
some. form.
Honestly, ever since you came on the show, I was like, we got to start lifting more, boys. We made a pact, honestly. We made a fucking pact. We're like, we got to get our health together.
How's Mike been? He did a show not too long ago too, right?
Yeah.
How did he do?
I don't know how much I should say about this, but I don't really care. I don't think Mike does either. I basically talked him out of competing ever again.
Cause he just has shitty genetics, or?
I'm gonna say this as bluntly as possible. He is one of the best. Obviously, like our YouTube's fucking booming right now. His face is everywhere.
He's on everyone's podcast.
Bro, he can break shit down to like he was my professor.
Yeah.
He's so good at teaching.
He's my professor too.
Yeah.
He's all of our dads. Kinda.
He's amazing at getting jacked. He's awesome at losing fat. He's great at relaying how to do that. But he sucks at bodybuilding. Not because he sucks at bodybuilding, but because he hates bodybuilding. Bodybuilding as a quote-unquote sport. It's a fucking pageant. It's not a sport. I said that last time, guys. Get in the comments. I don't care. He hates it. The tanning, the posing. He won't practice posing. The checking in process. The going on stage. All the pad
Process. The process.
He fucking hates it. I'm like, why are you chasing this thing that you don't enjoy? I'm not out racing fucking cars, trying to be a NASCAR driver because I think it's gonna make the YouTube better. Like I would never do that. I hate it. I'm not trying to drive fast cars into
It
fucking
would make the
circles.
YouTube kind of sick.
A new angle.
You
The
know, now that-
buffest dudes coming
now
out
that
of
I
the
think about
fucking
it,
fastest cars.
I would have so much just like my shoulders would be fucked. I'm gonna fucking go into the wall. Yeah, that would not work. Those guys aren't very jacked.
Yeah, you'd slow the car down.
That'd be the first time you dent a car from the inside.
So you talked him out of it. So he's not gonna. He'll still continue to train like a bodybuilder, but just no more.
Yeah, and mostly focus on jiu-jitsu and stuff, kind of like downsizing. He's trying to get to a point where he likes his physique. And with a combination of less pharmacology, less special sports stuff, less steroids, whatever you want to say, and
Pharmacology sounds nice.
He doesn't like his.
cooler.
He doesn't like
So
his
much
physique
cooler.
right now. He thinks he's too big.
he doesn't like the symmetry he has. So he's trying to downsize his legs and then really train the hell out of his upper body. And when you're on less pharmacology, your waist actually comes down a little bit. So he wants to get to a point where he likes his look. And that's the true essence of bodybuilding. But you got to separate like what bodybuilding is for people like spiritually and then what it is competition-wise. He hates this side. And I made that very clear that he does. I was like, Mike, you are the worst person I've ever coached because you hate it. You don't like it. Why are we doing this? It's not proving anything to anybody. You have a PhD. We have 2.5 million YouTube subscribers. Like people, they know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And this Masters Pro Card 40 plus, what the fuck does that prove, man? Like if you had never done that powerlifting meet last year, you're still fucking Bart Kwan, strong as hell.
No, but you sometimes you just gotta prove to yourself.
100%. And I get it. But the thing about him is he tried to say that's not what it's for.
Oh, he thinks it's for the
That is what
channel.
it's for. 'Cause that is what it's for. So you got that athlete shit inside of you, and if that's the reason you're doing it, keep going.
I see.
That's awesome. Keep
Yeah.
fucking doing it, but you're gonna have to pose, you're gonna have to do the skin prep shit for your tan, you're gonna have to do this. But if that's not why, just stop.
You know, for my show, I was a good boy, and I posed literally like 20 minutes every night before I went to sleep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I could tell. Your posing improved from like 12 weeks out.
Yeah, because I talked to you and I talked to JP, and then they're like, half of it is how you present
I mean,
yourself.
remember when we did the video where I was teaching you how to pose?
Yeah.
If you go look at that and you look at your pics on stage, it's fucking awesome.
So what does that look like every 20 minutes before you go to sleep? You just sitting there with your dick out, just fucking doing different poses?
No, so they'll call out poses. They'll be like they'll go side chest or front double. And so now that I've done a show, I understand how important posing is. Because before, you think, okay, I'll just hold it like this. But the judges are staring at you, so you got to be able to hold this for like 60 seconds.
But you're not just holding that, you're also like trying to hold your quads.
Yeah, so if me and Nick are right here, if me and Nick are going like head to head and we're both flexing, right? And then the judges are like this, and Nick is like, oh fuck, start to tire out.
Or not even
He's
that.
losing already. He's already losing.
Even if he holds this, but he stops contracting his legs a little bit, he looks less detailed than Bart would.
Wow. Watch flex your arm right now. Flex your arm. Let's show me your bicep.
It doesn't look any different. It doesn't look any different from flex and unflexed.
But what I was gonna say is, 30 seconds later, you'll be sweating, and then your bicep will just slowly relax.
I'm good at holding my boner and just holding it.
That's why you have to pose.
Do the tricep. Do the tricep.
Your biceps already looking a little lax, man. I don't know.
See, so that's why you gotta like wake up, wake up, wake up.
That
dude.
is a long time to hold a fuck.
It's a long time.
looking a little lax.
Yeah, you already lost. No, because my biceps looks the same from relaxed and
And you gotta smile, right? Don't you have to smile all the time?
You're supposed to.
That's the hack.
You gotta keep a neutral face.
No, you let it go.
He let it go already.
They look different. You got some muscle.
And you got a little pump though. You got a little pump.
That's the difference.
Are you allowed to look at yourself?
That's not a big difference for me.
Poke it. Okay, it's on. It's on.
But yeah,
You know how some people look like they got a golf ball? Yeah. Mine looks like an egg.
You got a baseball.
that's the genetics part of it. Some people just have an insane look.
Hey, this doesn't look like much, but I could curl almost 40s.
If I
37.5.
if I were watching you, and I was like, curl this, I would approve.
No, I don't do the swing.
Curl that one. Curl those right there.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Curl there. Curl those. Let's see what Jared
Make sure your
thinks.
elbow's the right position, dude.
One by one? One by one or what?
No, same time. All right, you gotta get your elbows out in front of you, a lot more, and then you gotta push your elbows in towards each other when you curl up.
Make them kiss.
Make them kiss. Make them elbows kiss. Oh yeah, now lower out in front of you. Elbows forward. Elbows forward. Elbows forward. Elbows forward.
pretty good.
Yeah, what are those 25s?
Yeah.
My dog.
That's pretty good.
But it's easy. This is easy.
Yeah, so imagine doing that with 40s.
I can't. That's why I said almost 40. So 37.5.
37.5 is good.
Where do you find those weights?
That's good. That's good. 24.
But yeah, but that's why you gotta practice posing so you have the endurance, and then also you don't have a mirror on stage, so you gotta memorize.
Oh, that's right.
You gotta like find the light. Like maybe your quad looks slightly bigger. Like when I did all my posing work with him, yeah, you're like, oh shit, my quad looks twice as big just by twisting it out. So I'm like doing all this weird shit, and fucking Taika's coming there. What are you doing? I'm like, Dad's being fucking gay again.
Part of your daddy's job.
And that's the thing. That's the shit.
I like that
that's the shit-
again.
that's the shit Mike hated. You know what I mean? Like he would never practice it. He didn't care. He's like, I'm just gonna go out there and it's gonna be fine. Like,
So as someone at that level, like how many hours or minutes a week are you supposed to be training your posing?
depends on how uncoordinated you are. Like you know.
So like for
Because if
Bart,
you got black dudes, they don't even train.
yeah,
They're just
I
like,
don't honestly. I don't do too much posing.
Yeah?
I don't practice my.
So it's
posing.
pretty, like,
I make up my
intuitive for you?
routines on spot. Like it's.
his
all,
look good though. He looks smooth. Like the transitions, they all look
you make up
smooth.
them on spot. You're not supposed. Most
So are the judges randomly telling you, and you don't know what the sequence is of like bicep?
Nah, you pretty much know.
Oh, they tell you
Bicep!
bicep,
You're supposed to say
tricep.
Yeah, you basically go through like quarter turns, which is like front relax, side relax, back relax, side relax, back to the front. Then you go through like the front poses, like a front.
But then a relax, not a relax.
You're not relaxed.
Was it like this? I forgot. Like you're. So your front. So this is a front relax,
Yeah.
but you're not really relaxed. You're flexing.
That's not
relax,
fair.
it doesn't literally mean relax.
Nah, you're posing the whole time.
So you're like front relax, and you're like,
That doesn't look
I am,
yeah, yeah.
and you start fucking cramping and shit. I cramped on stage. You see?
Yeah.
On one of the things, I was like,
Man, that's nerve wracking, dude. That's so
I was
scary.
like, why am I cramping right now? Son of a-
Yeah, a bunch goes into it. You know, it's bodybuilding. People think it's weird.
What do you
Some people
feel
love it.
like between what you just got 5th place, where you were very happy about that, versus like going to Reno? Like, what do you need to do to take that?
If I'm as lean as I think I am, I'm leaner by like 4 pounds of fat, which is, when you're this lean, crazy. I just need to not get sick. Peak like I did at RGV, and be leaner, and I will do really, really well.
What is your body fat percentage right now?
If I got a DEXA, I'd probably read it like 4.5 to 5.
Jeez. Right now? Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm really lean right now. I'll take my clothes off later.
What's the average person supposed to be?
Yeah, like 20.
Supposed to be or what they are?
15 to 20. 15 to 20 for a male is like relatively healthy.
I think the average person is 30 though, or more probably, right?
The average person is 100.
100% body fat.
Yeah, it's probably up there.
Fat fuck.
Can you look at somebody and be like, you're probably this body fat?
Yeah, I've coached for like.
Oh really? What's mine? What's mine?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Y'all getting a fucking show. Is this gonna go on the OF?
Oh shit, Joe's looking at a shreddy, my boy.
You're probably like 22, 18 to 22.
20. I think I am too, because I got a DEXA, but I was fat. So I was like,
That's all they say. You're fat.
It was before I was fat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What was your DEXA?
I gotta look it up. It's in my laptop. I did it a year ago.
What's your goals? What are you trying to do? Trying to get a 6-pack or what's your goals?
18, like where you're at, 18, 22-ish. That's really good.
I only did meat and fruit, and then I work out when I feel like working out.
Cool.
That's how everybody who doesn't want to do bodybuilding should approach it, man. Like you're doing it right. Like there's no point letting the shit consume your life because you will fall off the fucking rails. If you do it like that and you're lax about it and you're like, second time going to the gym this week, I got 4 more days, I'm just gonna wait.
What is a healthy percentage of fat to be without feeling sick?
It's very inter-individual.
Oh, like what they can handle?
Yeah, so like...
Because Can is like 4.5 naturally.
He also weighs
120 though.
45 pounds.
On average, if you get below like 10% and you maintain that like for a long time, you probably will start to feel some hormone issues. But like well under 10. There's some guys, like honestly, West African people can maintain 8% pretty easily. Like there's just genetic variations.
What about West Compton people? You think they could do that?
I mean, it's same shit, right?
What about East Asian people?
What about West Summerlin people?
What about East Asian people?
It seems that Asian people can also maintain a relatively leaner physique year round. White people, we kind of get slapped in the face with that shit. If I'm below like 10% for too long, I'm like, holy shit.
It's because Asians can't hold fat. We get diabetes real fast.
No, honestly, it's like that is a huge...
There's a lot of Asians that hold fat.
Well, if you think about it, so this is actually a really cool genetic thing. In like African places or like East Asia or places where it's really hot, humid, etc., you notice that like, you ever seen like the delts of a black guy? They're real spherical and shit.
Yeah.
Because...
Cheaters.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? The sun they're closer to the equator, it's super hot there, and that actually reflects. So the sun bounces off of that shape. Oh. And they're already black.
Shut the
They're already
fuck
closer
up.
to the equator.
Don't
So it's to
tell
protect...
me. They're just bouncing sun rays?
So they don't. So like, if you have more square muscle bellies, you actually kind of hold more of that heat in. But if you have spherical muscle bellies, you hold less of it in. Yeah. Because it doesn't hit you as much because there's not as much.
And then for bodybuilding, it's good to have more spherical.
Correct. And
That's
usually
why I'm
more
holding
fat
so
switch.
much heat.
Yeah, man.
Cause you hot boy,
Because it's a triangle shape.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Upside down triangle shape, right?
Dorito.